Hey, Spaz.
Yeah,
There's sometimes in life certain lists you don't want to end up on.
yeah, we're on that one now too.
Uh,
Our team sucks.
roll that intro.
Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. The After Dark Show is upon you. The After Dark Show is upon you. Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. Every week your team sucks.
That is right. Welcome in, everyone, to the After Dark Show right here on the Quacking Off channel, where we discuss everything about college football from the past weekend and the upcoming game. That's all that's left. How is everyone doing tonight?
Tired.
Kind of surprised
5 minutes and out.
you're the two people to show up tonight.
Dude, we did 4.5 hours on our post game show after rage quitting at halftime. 4.5 hours.
Oh my god! How
So-
did I miss that?
We're troopers. It was like 2 a.m. when Ben finally said, I'm done. 2 a.m. his time.
How are you doing, Sean, tonight?
Can't complain. Transfer portal sucks, but other than that,
Yeah,
Well,
we're vying each other to see who's going to have the most people in the transfer portal.
it
Right now,
is-
you guys are in the lead with 29. I think we're a close second with 22.
Yeah. At least you guys are bringing guys in though, like real. Ohio State's got a few. Picked up a big one today, but it's
Yeah,
definitely been a net negative, I would say, so far.
that was actually our topic tonight that we were going to kind of start out with was transfer portal news, because Spaz was calling me earlier just to update. He was watching the stuff. I was working. I wasn't paying attention to any of that because, yeah, we already knew this was going to be a little bit of a wild transfer year anyways, with all the coaching firings and movements. Whether you could project, they're just going to go from here to there and follow the coach. Still, there were going to be some names out there. But that's it. Spaz gave us some. Spaz got some good news today for Oregon, at least. So it's kind of nice. It feels like kind of like Ohio State did, running it back with some players coming back.
I saw something like Iowa State's got like 36 players on their roster or something right now total.
They all left. They all went to Penn State.
Pretty much. Yeah, Penn State's just going to have a completely different team next year. Just it's no turnover or massive turnover. No.
And
Continuity.
Spaz, you were just saying earlier that the guy we were recruiting that went to Penn State, the tight end, is now has transferred to Oregon.
Yeah, Andrew Olish, number one tight end in the country recruit-wise last year, flipped to Oregon this evening.
Where was he at before? Because I followed his recruiting pretty close.
He was at Penn State. We lost him in a last-minute battle last year. It was between us and Penn State, and he chose Penn State because he's back in that area. And he obviously didn't see much or something, and so he entered the portal and called Oregon, and Oregon said, come on in.
Which is fine.
It's a little different than like 2 years. Last year, the portal was boring as hell, but the 2 years ago, I remember I mean, like you just had like humongous names all over the place in the portal. This year, I don't think you have quite the number of names. It's just the amount of players on it. The amount of attrition on each team is wild this year.
Yeah, we've lost like 16 players this week.
And I don't know how I don't know how that can be NIL related. I mean, are the like backup or like mid tier linebackers and safeties and stuff? Do they really have NIL decisions? These guys that are barely starters or buried in the depth chart.
I'm not really sure because I mean, like a lot of our guys that we lost are all guys that were theoretically backups to begin with for the most part.
Same with us.
And a lot of them were 4 and 5 stars, but they're guys like Dakota Fields and Jalil Florence and Blake Purchase leaving today, Jericho Johnson leaving today, Ashton Porter leaving today. Those were all guys that are behind Mateo, Tuioti, Washington. Our entire D line is coming back next year, and a lot of people thought at least 2 or 3 of them were going to the NFL, and they're like, nope, run it back. We're not happy, run it back. And now we're just waiting to see what Decorian Moore is going to do, or not Decorian, I mean Dante Moore.
Yeah. Because that would have been huge news if Decorian was even considering the transfer portal.
No, I meant Dante Moore.
I mean, we'll get to talking about this game, but he did himself no favors.
No, I mean, and that's why I see him coming back now with everything that's happened the last couple of days. The amount of guys that were starters and stuff that are recommitting to running it back, it makes me think like they had a team discussion meeting and they're like, this is not how we're going out. Who's in? If enough of us are in, we're all in. And that's kind of where it seems to be going.
Yeah, I mean, I was leaning towards him coming back anyway. I thought for him to leave, he was going to have to either really show out in a loss or win the national championship. And obviously neither one of those things happened. And I mean, I don't know.
Well, me and Ben both said it the other day too, was that if we lost this game, Ben and I both had a feeling that he was going to say, nope, not happy, I'm coming back. And here it is, 8:00 Sunday night, and we've had quite a few guys commit to returning, but no news from him, and he's only got till Friday or Wednesday, the 14th. You must declare for the draft by the 14th.
It's so unfortunate that we have all this going on at the same time as the playoffs.
That's what we said. We talked about this. You've got to do something different because you had all these guys dropping off on the team before even a big bowl game. They were already dropping in the transfer portal. That's why we literally had, besides an injury, we had a guy that was in the transfer portal is our primary running back. In the Peach Bowl.
Fifth string running back.
Yeah.
That played because we didn't have anybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really unfortunate the way this is all working out. I think pretty soon the answer is going to have to be you move up the playoffs so that we're done by the first week in January.
Yeah.
I think that's basically where you take out conference championship weekend, make that a playoff weekend.
Or like I said, start the season. Yeah, start the season like a week earlier or something like that, and then just run through December.
Mm-hmm. There's massive issues with anything they'll do, though. I mean, there's no clean way to solve this.
No.
You can't really hold off on the transfer portal until the end of January because the students are already 2 weeks into school by that point.
No.
I mean, you can't restrict them like that.
Yeah.
That would be the easiest thing from a football standpoint to solve it, but that's really just a no-go academically.
Everyone golf clap for Traveling Fools down here. Everyone golf clap. And still can't win the ACC.
And it's going to get blown out in the national title game. Come on.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
This game will be over by halftime, sadly.
Yeah.
At the rate that Indiana's playing, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because I didn't see it coming. Then again, like we said in the post game, when you spot Indiana 21 points, basically, it can get ugly really fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, a part of me thought the game was over. Play I just said, well, okay, that was a cool like 9 seconds of excitement. What else?
I text Spaz immediately after the first play. I was like, I'm getting drunk. Like I'm not even waiting.
The game was over 8 seconds in. I was like, yep, we're done. Turn out the lights.
It's like Oregon needed something like that to happen for them in order to compete in this game.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You got to pick six in the regular season matchup and still lost by 10. So, man, what can you say? Indiana's just a machine this year. They're just a really, really excellent football team.
It does seem like they're like almost you hate to use a term, whatever, but like team of destiny. It's just like at this point in time, like in the playoff especially, they've had a couple close games in the regular season. They had, then the championship game against you guys, Ohio State. Then have the month off, break that curse, and absolutely just destroy Alabama. Then right next week, just wreck Oregon. They don't seem to be slowing down.
No, not at all. It will be interesting to see because when they've played like elite defenses this year, I mean, I don't know if you consider Ohio State definitely an elite defense. Iowa, very, very good defense. They didn't light up the scoreboard in those games. And Miami, I think, is the closest other than those two. Those two in terms of defensive quality.
That's fair. That's fair. But then if we look at the other semifinal game, Miami gave up 30 points to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So I don't know if their defense is actually like so good when you have a quarterback that can be mobile, and we've seen Mendoza be pretty shifty in the pocket when he needs to be. It depends on if they can collapse it enough around him, but he's pretty shifty.
Yeah.
Oh, this just came out.
Yeah.
I have a list here of the top 10 highest paid nil players per On3's valuation.
Hey, Spaz.
Huh. Oh, my God.
And hi, Dave.
So, number one is Arch Manning, 5.3. Number two is Carson Beck. 3 is Jeremiah Smith, but he's actually Jeremiah should be second according to this. Smith 4.2, Beck 3.1, Sellers 2.9, number 4 Nussmeyer 2.7, Josh Hoover 2.5 to 2.9 depending on what he could have done. Aller was 2+.
Josh Hoover, is that what he's getting paid at Indiana or what he was getting paid at TCU?
That's what he was getting paid at TCU, and I'm guessing he's getting 2.9 from Indiana.
Oh wow.
Drew Allers 2+. Darian Mensa, the quarterback from Duke, up to $8 million over 2 years, portal heavy deal.
Damn.
DJ Lagway 2+, and Sam Levitt was 3+ with a post playoff surge, and obviously he didn't get that this year.
And he's still not committed. He's still the big fish out there.
Yeah. Rumor
He doesn't
is
have-
though is that he's going to end up in Miami.
Yeah, no, that would make some sense. Sense why you would delay that commitment if you.
Yeah. I think Dave's right. I think Dave's right here too. The numbers don't mean a whole lot, just because I think a lot of that's an assumption from certain sources, but I don't think we really know what everyone's actually making.
It is like if
You know what we can confirm? Their agents are balling out.
Yeah, those nil figures, you can. I mean, they're a lot like if you ever like look up someone's net worth online. I mean, those are complete garbage numbers. I mean, they're just some sort of asset valuations that you don't even know necessarily like where what kind of equity someone really has in those, and
That's why usually it's like valued at approximately. Like valued, that just means an estimate.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, I deplore and detest. I'm very NIL supportive in principle, but I mean the way this has been sort of instituted in college football, I have so many problems with.
So both of these is this your nil deal that you're preparing for somebody? Is this your NIL deal?
The assless chat market. Not that great these days.
Well, this is from Scoop Doug.
Why would it not be that great? And two, how would you know?
I'm assuming that market is not doing that great.
Well, it is.
I don't know if there's a high demand for assless chaps. I almost choked.
This was just reported from Justin Hopkins from Scoop Doug. Apparently, there was a huge rift between Dan and Tosh about some of the portal movement and whatnot, guys decommitting. Wasn't sure if Tosh would end up staying, but apparently after the JMU game, they squashed the riff. Well, apparently you didn't, because now Tosh and Will are stealing a shit ton of your guys. I mean, we already have a couple of guys that have committed. Kingston Lopa is already committed to Cal.
Yeah.
I believe Moga is going to Cal with him as well.
Well, because Novosad's going to Kentucky.
At least we're waiting.
We haven't heard where he's going.
Not going to Kentucky.
Yeah, we haven't heard where he was going. That's right. He didn't.
No.
We thought he was going to follow Stein for sure.
I mean, we lost Cooper Perry, Justice Slow, Kyler. I mean, 3 5-star guys that we brought in that really haven't seen the field. Cooper Perry saw it a little bit this year, but he also just got off a 2-year mission.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Well, when you lose both.
Same with the Buckeyes. We lost Mylan Graham, who was Mylan Graham, Aaron Scott were both really borderline 4 or 5-star guys, and neither one, both would be going into their 3rd year. Neither one has made much of an impact so far.
Yeah, I mean, when you lose both coordinators, I think you generally think in a lot of the coach staff, assistant staff under them, you're gonna lose a few of your guys. I mean, you're going to.
Yeah, but I've never seen Oregon decimated this bad.
Especially the talented guys that just sort of in a log jam at their positions and.
Well, they know that they're gonna bump next year because there's gonna be a couple more guys gone. Like Benson's out of eligibility, so he's gone. We were probably losing. I'm guessing we haven't heard about Stewart yet, have we?
No, we haven't heard about Stewart yet, neither. And then, tight end, you got Harrison coming in, who's an absolute freak. And you've still got, you lost
Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Well, Johnson's probably headed to the NFL.
No. Johnson is only like a sophomore. True
No,
sophomore.
he is a junior.
Oh, he's a junior.
Yeah.
Well, Sadiq. Well, and Sadiq's gone. So I thought you just said earlier Johnson's coming back.
No, we haven't heard a word on Johnson yet.
Hmm.
Johnson and Sadiq are both juniors, and both are projected to head to the NFL. If they don't join the rest of the team in the run it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
They still haven't declared yet.
Sadiq's getting projected pretty high right now. I think he's almost a consensus first rounder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he's probably the first tight end off the board.
Yeah, Sadiq's gone. That's not a question. That's not a question.
Well, that's what we said about Dante Moore 3 weeks ago, but he still hasn't declared.
No, Sadiq though, I think we're pretty sure he's. I don't think there's a lot more Sadiq as a tight end can do. That's different than a quarterback.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good question though. Yeah, Hookham's here as they got Coleman yesterday or today. They got Coleman.
It was today.
Yeah.
They got today Coleman and Simmons. Or what was that guy's name? The running back.
Well, they got a running back today.
Yeah, Alabama. Kid
Oh,
that had transferred to Alabama, and that Smothers. Thank you.
oh, Smother. Okay, I was like, yeah, what was his name again?
He
Well, he's the
transferred
running
to
back
Alabama
for
from North Carolina
He's the running
State,
back for Alabama. He didn't do much
And
this
then-
year.
and then he bounced. He decided to not flip to Alabama and flip to Texas instead. And Jackson thought they were good for Smothers and Coleman at Bama.
Oh,
It's like,
The
nope,
transfer to
Stark's
Auburn.
got more money.
man, transferring from Auburn to Alabama. It's crazy.
From Auburn to Texas.
Yeah, but he would have been from Auburn to Alabama. That would have been.
Yeah.
That's someone who better be careful where he's driving around in the state. For the
No
rest of his
shit,
life.
right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when do players get their NIL deal for the. When do players know their NIL deal for the next year? Clint's asking bowl season or like before
I'm
bowl season.
assuming.
I bet there's a lot of work going on during the season. I think there's probably a lot of dirt that we're not privy to. It's amazing. I hear like when you guys enter the portal with the "do not contact" tag. I mean,
Yeah.
is that not supposed to tell? Like what? We know something happened there.
Yeah,
Right,
I definitely have to agree. By mid bowl season, they probably know, and then at that point, maybe they're waiting on their NFL draft stock to see where they might fall and go. I'd make more money coming back, maybe, or that's kind of how the game is played a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of these guys, like a lot of these guys for Oregon that have transferred, they're portaling. A lot of these guys probably didn't have very big NIL deals to begin with, and if you're a guy like Novastad or Moga or Jaden Lamar, Cooper Perry, Justice Lowe, guys that have been with the team for 2 or 3 years, and you're still not seeing the field much, you're wanting to make a little bit of money, so you're going to go elsewhere to get that money and that playing time. Because I can't ask for $1 million if I ain't out there doing anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and I think that's a lot what's happening with a lot of these NILs is that you got these guys that 5 years ago, these guys would have been committed to a school for 3 or 4 or 5 years. Now, there's no loyalty now. If I'm not seeing the field, I ain't making any money. And if I ain't making any money, I ain't getting my tuition covered, and my ass is going broke. I'm the fuck out of here.
You're still on scholarship.
Yeah, but that don't pay the rest of my bills. That don't put food in my belly. That don't
No,
give
but
me
people did
transportation.
it. People did it before.
Yeah,
That,
well,
that,
that's where the
doesn't
Nick Sabans and
doesn't
Tom
allow you to
Osborns and
that doesn't allow you to put anything into an investment fund or into any crypto. Sorry.
exactly.
No, I know.
That's not going to help, you know.
Right.
So it's, I mean, my goodness, best time to be alive. Like the last 15 years or so. Have you seen what the S&P and the Dow have done during that time? Oh my goodness.
I mean, Hookem, I'm right there with you. I think that's what Dan Lanning has done because I would have never expected to see 20 plus guys hitting the portal for Oregon. And
Yeah.
and we're at like 22, I think, right now. At least 20. And I'm thinking there was another one or two that have entered since this came out a couple hours ago.
Well, because that's the thing. It's like even 10 let's go 10, 15, even 15 years ago. 10 to 15 years ago. If a team in general before NIL, if a team were into the playoffs, you generally started seeing that team maintain and raise potentially their their recruiting. Not always, but you didn't see a fall off from a lot of the teams generally. You did here or there, of course. Some teams got that magic going. TCU, for instance, that 1 year. But now you're starting to see, and people will come back because they know they're going to play the next year and be on a good team probably. Now everyone's just like, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean,
Like Zachary Neal just, I got this from Zachary Neal. 8 outgoing transfers today, 23 in total so far this cycle. 4 incoming transfers, 1 today. And that was the tight end. We've gotten a tight end, a long snapper, a kicker, and a punter in the portal so far.
Yes.
And we've
Hail
lost
the
20 other
special
guys.
teams.
Now, we're not going to have the depth, so, I mean, unless you're going to go out and get another 10 or 15 guys, you've lost a lot of depth at running back. You've lost a lot of depth at corner and safety and in your secondary. So, if this is the kind of roster you're going to have going in next year, yeah, it's solid. It's top 3. But if any of these guys get injured, who's going to come in? Who's going to be there to come get them? Because you don't have anybody right now. You have a very depleted defensive line. You have a very depleted running back room, and you've got a very depleted secondary behind what you've got already. Yeah, you got guys like Nasir Wyatt, who are, the one guy that made one of the better plays of the whole game the other day, barely sniffed the field. And yet when he did, he was causing havoc. So you throw that guy in there next year and that'll add to. But if one of those guys get hurt, now you're really fucked because you got nobody behind them. Whereas before, like I forgot what game it was, but one of the games CBS was saying they were talking about how good God, Oregon just this guy in this play, and next play bring in this guy and throw him up the gut, and then a couple plays later bring in this guy, throw him up the gut. Well, guess what? You ain't got that now. So now these guys are going to be more entrenched, and they're going to have to play smarter and hope to God they don't get injuries, because if they do, your depth is taking a hit this offseason.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's wild that the we don't really have a governing body doing any of this now. The NCAA basically handcuffed by the courts. They gave a ruling in the Michigan verdict that just basically says we can't do anything anymore. So
Right.
nobody respects any authority right now. It is a wild west.
Well, the NCAA can do all they want by sending a slightly aggressive sounding letter and maybe leaving a voicemail. That's about it.
Yeah, and maybe the person on the other, hope to God the person on the other line is a big pussy who doesn't realize they have no authority whatsoever. Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, I'm glad the players are getting played. I'm glad for players' freedom of mobility, but there's just absolutely no constraints on this system whatsoever. Every single player at the end of every season is a free agent.
Yeah, it's the inmates running the asylum.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get enough money last year, so I'm gonna renegotiate my contract, just like you said. I'm a free agent now. I'm gonna renegotiate. Either you pay me this or I'm out. Oh, you don't want to pay me? All right, see ya. And that's what's happening. It's just absolutely freaking retarded. And this is why the guys like Saban and Urban Meyer and those guys have left the game, because they're like,
Urban was gone long before this, but
yeah, but Urban saw this kind of shit coming, and he's like, he wanted no part of it.
He also got those nasty headaches apparently.
Chest pains.
Oh yeah, those two. They're just 3 or 4 years apart.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So it is an interest. Like you're talking about programs like Oregon and Ohio State, they've got these massive exoduses so far through the portal, and not many returns in the portal. I wonder if that will. I don't know though, because I was thinking like in a few weeks they'll pick up more. They're probably not going to lose many more people in the portal, and they'll probably pick up some more at this point. But at the same time, I mean, most of the significant names have already declared where they're going. Not
there's still a shit ton of guys out there, right? And they could stay in the portal.
Yeah,
all year, right? Until somebody picks them up, basically.
I mean, I think there's a deadline to enter it for sure.
But there's not a deadline for pickup. So if I enter and nobody picks me up for 3 months, nobody picks me up for 3 months.
Yeah,
not 100% sure how it works, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't think there's a. They must be picked up by date or anything.
And how about this? In the semifinals, which eventually I guess we probably will talk about, right?
We already did. You guys get sidetracked so quickly. That's why I tried to take it to Miami Ole Miss, and then you guys went right back. I was like, okay.
We did not talk about the Ole Miss Miami game, and we definitely need to. But all the four starting quarterbacks in that game, portal powered, portal products.
Yeah, all 4.
Every single one of them, and
and all 4 coaches are Saban trees.
Dante Moore's a more interesting case than the rest of them, because he actually was committed to Oregon. He should have probably just been at Oregon the whole time, but that's not what happened. So, yeah. And yeah, all
right.
four.
Is this the most guys that Ohio State's ever lost in an offseason that you can remember?
Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of similar numbers every year. This year, I think we lost a few more guys that were.
I don't ever remember seeing 20-plus guys leaving Ohio State in 1 year. It's like, what?
It's been, they lose a significant number of guys every year, but normally there's not like one or two names that you get two flying facts about. This year we've lost a few guys that kind of hurt. Like, yeah, I could have seen this person. I could have seen Quincy Porter or Bryce West becoming real players, and yeah, Michigan's gotten hammered in the portal as well. They've lost a lot.
They've lost 17. Ohio State's lost 29.
29.
29.
Last I heard was 26, but yeah, maybe we lost a few more. Yeah. I mean, no superstars have left Ohio State, but
exactly. No super big names, no key starters. Same with Oregon. We've lost a lot of guys, but a couple of guys that played a few and had a few decent games and whatnot, but we didn't lose a Mateo, we didn't lose a Dante Moore, we didn't lose a Sadiq or Decoria Moore. We just lost their backups. And the guys that weren't really seeing the field a lot.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys that saw the field, but not major. Not major.
I mean, we lost Quincy Porter, who was expected to, I think, compete for a starting receiver job. The problem is that he's a big physical guy, and we got Jeremiah and Chris Henry Jr. coming in. So it's like, okay, where the hell is he going to play? He can't be a slot guy. That's not
right. Happen. Exactly.
He would have had another year of getting backup reps.
And that's what these guys are not willing to do anymore. Beforehand, they were.
And he might have been willing to stay. I think had Hartline stayed, and you get another year of Hartline kind of coaching and development. But
right,
without that, there's not that much. There wasn't that much of a pool keeping him in there. Even though I do like Ohio State's receiver coach pickup, the guy from LSU.
Who'd you guys pick up for OC?
No, hasn't been announced yet. There's big rumors that it is an NFL that we are in heavy talks with an NFL coach who is currently in the playoffs. So yeah. So
who might that be?
I would really have to roam through and look. I'm not.
You don't remember offhand? Obviously, somebody offensive.
I didn't hear the name. I haven't.
Okay. You just heard that it was a coach still coaching in the playoffs. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a widely circulated rumor. It's that they are eyeing an NFL coach who is currently in the playoffs. Right?
It wouldn't surprise me if it was somebody off the Rams staff.
No, not at all. That would be
Ohio State's only having to do that because Northwestern stole Chip Kelly.
Yeah. I would have been so excited if they brought Chip back. How do we lose him to North? He was so good in his 1 year here, and now because they had a crappy year with Geno Smith and the worst offensive line in football. Now all of a sudden, like we can't bring him back. He's damaged goods. I mean, I don't think the way my guess is it was not a great departure.
Well, no, you bring a guy in and he chugs off to the NFL after 1 year on you, it's like, yeah, gee, thanks.
They won a national title, so I guess there's no complaints at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, and like people were still talking again today in some Oregon message boards about, well, why didn't Oregon just bring back a guy like Chip Kelly, if nothing else, even as just as an analyst, to help with things and whatnot. And in a lot of ways, they kind of got a point in some ways, because you look at this staff that Dan Lanning has. Yeah, it's a fine staff, but it's all guys that are 35 to 40, 45. There's no, he's got no experienced guys on the coaching staff that have really done anything other than a couple of years here or 2 or 3 years there, but no established, experienced veteran coaches. And I think those kind of moves are showing in these bigger games. Ryan Day, who does he got on his coaching staff? He's got guys like Jim Leonard, Chip Kelly, Matt Patricia. He's got veteran coaches
Yeah, I
that
was
have
going to say Jim
coached.
When did we have Jim Leonard on our
I was going to say
staff?
Jim Leonard.
What? Didn't
You
you
said-
guys
you
have
said-
Leonard before?
No.
Where was he at?
Who's that?
Michigan? Wisconsin. Okay, I knew it was a Big Ten school. I'm just rattling off names, but I'm like, you go to these schools that have won national titles and things like that. Who do they got? They've got look at Signetti. He's 64 years old. Who does he got below him? Guys that have been experienced coaches that he's brought along with him and or hired, that are, in their 40s and 50s, that have 10, 15, 20 years of coaching experience. And I think that lack of experience in some ways is what's hurting a guy like Lanning right now.
Well, yeah, and it's going to be so interesting to see the hires they make to replace their coordinators, because those were very hot commodity, highly respected assistants.
Rumor is that I thought it was already done, but I guess it's not.
But do you think do they have internal options there, or are they really going, to?
Well, Chris Hampton's already been announced as our DC going forward.
Okay.
But I could have sworn they said he was already hired, Maringer, the OC, but from what I was hearing today, he's the lead for it, and he's the tight end wackadoodle coach. But
is that his official title?
Yes. Like if you ever see it on TV, it literally says that. Tight end / wackadoodle coach.
Yeah, he's the energy hype man.
A specialty position at Oregon in their offense.
Yeah, it's called hype man.
Yeah.
Destroying the Beavers. That's the biggest win.
Well, probably beating Ohio State last year was his biggest win.
Winning the Orange Bowl over and shutting out Texas Tech was a pretty big win too.
Yeah,
but he couldn't follow it up. He couldn't.
Yeah, you'd have to say. I think you'd have to say the Orange Bowl or the Big Ten over title over Penn State. Those would probably be the two biggest.
I mean, the Ohio State game was a bigger win than that, wasn't it?
I mean,
but I'm saying because winning a title.
Beating Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State, all three in the same year, was pretty epic last year.
That's why I have to almost lean the Penn State, just because it got you a Big Ten title.
Yeah.
So in a way, kind of like.
Well, and then when you beat them this year, you derailed their program.
Broke them.
You derailed their program when you beat them a second time within a few months.
you incidentally derailed Iowa State as well.
Yeah.
And we completely derailed Oklahoma State, even though it had been kind of going in that direction. That game really, really.
You cannot take credit for that at all. That train was
That just
that train
we
was
just
way off
we
the
just
tracks.
okay. We just put the final penny on the track that really sent it off the edge. Like we blew up the bridge. Let's put it that way.
It rolled over the Grand Canyon right after.
Yeah. Glenn makes a perfect point here. You know, we made the semis this year with left tackle, left guard, right tackle, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, 3 defensive tackles, linebacker, entire secondary, multiple freshmen at wide receiver, running back, and secondary. Nobody thought we were going to be that well, and we ended up making it to the semis.
Nobody thought you were going to do that. Everyone figured Oregon was going to be good. Everyone had Oregon high in their preseason.
We all Oregon people here really thought this was a rebuilding year because we lost so much last year and we were relying on all these freshmen this year. And that's why a lot of the depth pieces left, because some of these guys have been here a year, 2 years, 3 years, and they're still not going to see the field next year. See ya. Adios.
We will. Orange Bowl champions.
Yes, that is correct.
I did want to say I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up in our transfer portal talk. Ohio State actually did have a really significant scare. Was almost going to lose a really valuable member. It was being reported that Bo Jackson, who is an Ohio kid, he's from the state, and he had an excellent freshman season. And he basically saved our bacon at running back because we did not have difference makers at that position outside of him. It was rumored that he was absolutely about to hit the portal, and we were by some beat writers with let me say kind of dubious past, checkered past as far as insight goes. So I was worried, but not necessarily panicking. And eventually, I guess it all got settled out, and he is firmly committed to the Buckeyes for the next season. And he'll be a free agent again. So we'll see. Yeah,
I think with teams like that we've seen over the years, though, with with teams like generally Penn State, teams like Ohio State, you've now started to see it now for a few years with Oregon. And, you know, you got Georgia's, you've got your Bamas, you've got even like Texas now, and I think that you're starting to see it. I think every year similar things happen, maybe not the quantity, but similar things happen every year, and you're like, why did this guy leave? What the hell? What are we going to do? And then the next year you're like, oh, well, that kind of took care of itself. Okay. So at the same time, you're like, the hell is going on? But yeah, things tend to seem to work themselves out.
It is weird. I mean, certainly seeing Ohio State, who you would think just has all the money in the world. I mean, as important as this is by far in the state of Ohio the biggest sports franchise. It's not even close. None of the pro teams can even compete as far as the interest they draw year round. And yet somehow we've been kind of cheapskates in this. We keep we keep losing out on portal acquisitions because of NIL deals. I mean, Texas Tech is just absolutely. I mean, they are going to like dominate until the oil market crashes. I think right now. I mean, they are just they just don't whatsoever.
So you're saying after capturing Maduro, Texas Tech went, well, let's invest another $30 million into the next year's class. Let's go.
Well, seeing as how no oil company is ever going to go into Venezuela, and it's the stupidest idea ever to think that we're going to gain a lot of money from that oil. Yeah,
They
none of
were
them are going.
they actually own most of those rigs. They were taken away from them.
The entire all of the rigs in Venezuela, all the wells, all the rigs, the oil fields are all national right now.
Well,
And
now they're saying they're taking them back. Trust me, my company worked offshore in South America, so we knew who the clients were at these rigs. We know.
BBSA. Chev, but well, I mean, regardless, back to football. This is
I'm just saying, Texas Tech is going, yeah, more money in the NIL fund. Just drop the money. You know that's what they're thinking. That's what the whole point. So they're not going to just do this year and not spend next year or for
no,
this
no,
year.
no.
You know,
I just think they've got a handful of billionaires, a Cody Campbell company, who their entire goal, their life's mission is to see Texas Tech win a national football championship. And yeah, they got maybe a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the portal here, and they've gotten a lot of other guys. They're going to probably get the top safety in the portal here from Minnesota. So sorry, Dave. Coy's.
and that's it. Thinking of safeties too. Yeah, we're waiting on Thieneman, what he's going to do.
And we're waiting on the kid from Minnesota.
Is Thieneman back in the portal, or is he?
No. We're waiting to see if he's going to the NFL or staying. He's got one more year, so
Yeah.
if he stays, I'd feel much better about our the secondary. But he is kind of a highly rated prospect, so you're kind of.
Who'd you say you guys were waiting on?
Are you talking about Ohio State?
Yeah.
I don't think we're necessarily waiting on anybody.
He said Texas Tech was waiting on the guy from Minnesota.
So Ohio State, and that was the guy. The Buckeyes.
Is that the same guy that was here yesterday in Eugene? Coy Poi or whatever his name is.
Parrish. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a heavy target for us. We almost got him out of high school, and I thought we'd be very significant players for him when he entered the portal. But we just signed a pretty big name at safety today, so I guess that didn't really happen.
Because we had that kid from Minnesota in yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I imagine he's weighing his options, but like every single thing that I've seen on him has been that he's pretty locked into Tech. Right now.
Big 12, Big 10.
I mean, oil money or Nike money? Which one?
Lubbock or Eugene?
Yeah, you want a contrast of 2 different environments.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, both are clearly college towns, but yeah, outside of that, there's not too many similarities.
Yes.
And now, Spaz, you said there was big news, and I believe it was 7 my time from a certain Cornhusker. Or former Cornhusker.
Nothing's came out yet.
Oh, that lying sack of shit. Not you.
Yeah, they said 5 o'clock, but nothing's came out yet that I've seen. I keep refreshing to see.
We talk about the Ole Miss Miami game.
All right. Now we can go back to that. We can sidetrack. We still have a national title game to kind of talk about and make expert assessments about. Expert assessments. By the way, everyone, thank you for being here too. Real quick, as we go back to the semifinal and talk the Ole Miss Miami game, just hit that like button real fast and consider subscribing if you haven't. I appreciate it. All right, Sean, take us away.
All right. I don't know. Yeah. Great. One of the semifinal games lived up, thankfully. This was a game I thought Miami really just thoroughly dominated the first half. I mean, they looked like they should have been up by like 2 or 3 touchdowns at the end of it, but they kept shooting themselves in the foot. Penalties, turnovers, just gap letting Ole Miss hit a 75-yard run that was basically their entire offense in the first half.
Yeah, because Lacey for the entire game had 103 yards
Yeah, yeah,
to include that 73 yard.
yeah, yeah. So it was just, I mean, Miami found a way to let Ole Miss stay in this game when they looked just so physically superior and dominant. And it was right that they won because they were the better team. But man, I mean, to beat Indiana, they're just going to have to be a lot sharper. I mean, they need to replicate their quarterfinal performance where I don't believe committed a single penalty or had a penalty called on them and accepted the entire game and did not turn the ball over at all. I mean, that's the kind of game they're going to need to play. It was interesting to see this pass rush going up against a quarterback that's really, uniquely dynamic and jittery. He was able to make some plays in this game off schedule. And maybe Mendoza can do that. Maybe he can. I don't think he's got the same escapability that Chambliss has, but he's not a statue by any means.
No, when you see Mendoza, you kind of do think he looks like he's not mobile, but he's shifty. He's shifty enough. That's the point, and it takes opportunities. But Chambliss is definitely a different player. But Miami giving up. I mean, everyone could say, "Oh, Mendoza's stats haven't been that great." He hadn't had to because their defense has been great and opportunistic, and their rushing attack's been good. I mean, yeah, you only gave up 121 yards to Ole Miss on the ground again, just mostly that one play. So you take that off. They didn't give up almost anything. He still gave up 277 passing yards.
Yeah.
And we've seen Mendoza can light it up when he wants to.
Yeah. And Chambliss to me he's a consummate gamer. Like he's just the guy you want on your backyard football team. It doesn't matter what play you call, he'll make something happen.
Yeah, for me seeing Chambliss, he reminds me of Vernon Adams. In 2015.
Yeah.
He can just like make just the weirdest plays work.
Yeah. 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 I was gonna say, yeah, he reminds me of like Russell Wilson or John.
How about the play that Caleb Williams made on 4th and whatever yesterday against Green Bay?
Unless we're talking about plays from 3 years ago, that's the wrong. This is the wrong.
This is what happens. Spaz and you and me will get sidetracked randomly on like some other little thing, and then we'll go on like a 15-minute tangent in that direction. Then be like, "What were we talking about?" Oh yeah,
yeah. That's why. Yeah, we're talking about Venezuelan oil. I don't think if.
That's how it's done, boys. It's how it's done.
We are not here to break down the differences between light sweet and heavy sour crude. That's not this program. Okay.
Fuck.
So, yeah. So, no. Guys, what did you think of the game? Yeah. What were your impressions watching it?
I thought Ole Miss played a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought they kind of got. I get the no call, but I don't get it because I clearly thought that was pass interference in the end zone on that last throw. But the refs didn't throw it. That would have given Ole Miss one play from the 2-yard line. I think if there's a penalty in the end zone, it goes to the 2, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless it's, it's 15 yards max. So where were they at?
They were, I believe, at the 30, 25 or 30.
So it would have gone to like the 15 or the 10. It wouldn't have gone all the way to the 2.
Oh, is that only in the NFL that it go? Is it the NFL it goes to the 2 yard line?
It goes to the 2 yard line in college, but only like if it's. I mean, but it's a maximum of a 15-yard penalty. A PI is.
Well, there's one of them that it's spot of the foul.
In the
Is that the
NFL,
NFL? Okay.
yeah, there's no.
So if it's in the end zone, they put it at the 1 or the 2 yard line.
Yeah.
As considering the spot of the foul, obviously they're not going to put it in the end zone. I couldn't remember if it was NFL or college that did that, and the other one's a maximum 15-yard. Correct.
Yeah. College is max 15.
So yeah, they would have still had one play from the like 10 or 15-yard line, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows at that point?
Yeah.
You'd had one untimed down.
Yep. I mean,
Did you think that was pass interference?
I'd have to go back and look, honestly. I'd have to watch it again because I don't remember having a strong feeling about it either way.
Dude, he was clearly they show him going up in the air and he's grabbing the receiver and pulls him on top of him onto the ground in the end zone.
Yeah, I would have to go back and look at it because I watched the game live and I didn't really watch any other like coverage of it afterwards. So I don't know. I guess I'd have to go back and see. But I mean,
anybody else watch that game out here and not think that was PI on Miami in the end zone? I'm curious what everybody else thinks because I thought it was a clear PI. And Ole Miss should have got at least one more untimed down.
what was it a Magnum PI?
They made it look like they were both making a play on the ball. Jason says not really. Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think I really kind of remember feeling the same way about Jason. I mean, I'm sure I didn't think it because I would, if I thought it was egregious, I would have a better memory of thinking it was bad, terrible miss. There was one that I thought that was missed late in that game against Miami that I thought should have been called and wasn't. But it's interesting. I mean, God, what an interesting final. I mean, if you had Indiana versus Miami in the national championship game at the beginning of the year, go ahead and
I'm
cash
telling
that.
you were smoking crack.
Go ahead and cash that ticket and go buy your estate in Beverly Hills right now.
Yeah,
And,
because you were on crack if you had that as your national title game this year.
yeah, absolutely.
So, how does Miami hold up against Indiana and vice versa?
Miami loses by 13.
Yeah.
Damn.
Indiana's just too. They're too locked in, and they're too experienced. You know, it's like somebody pointed out to me the other day. I think it was Tim pointed out to us the other night on the show. He's like, you put a line of 24, 25-year-olds up against a line of 19, 20-year-olds. Which line is going to be better? I guarantee you the line of 24, 25-year-olds because they're bigger, they're more experienced.
Here's the problem. Miami's defensive linemen are pretty old and experienced. I think Hakeem Mesidor is like 24. I believe he is. Ruben Bain is going to be a top 10 pick. This is not a. I mean, it's a different kind of matchup for Indiana than before. No, I think Indiana matches up better than Ohio State did as far as protection because Indiana's offense has a lot of predetermined reads. They get the ball out really quickly. They get plays off and get into the flows of their plays a lot quicker than Ohio State does.
It's 2019 LSU with a better defense than 2019 LSU's defense.
They do not have the elite players, the elite skill players.
He's just talking about the efficiency.
Yeah.
And in certain ways, explosiveness. Not quite as explosive, but just the efficiency of their offense. But yes, they have a much better defense. That LSU defense in 2019 was just average.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And I think Indiana will be more productive offensively. Now, Miami, and I think Indiana's probably a little bit stouter defending the run than Ohio State was. So the recipe for beating Indiana is they're just going to have to copy the game plan from Ohio State, which is let their edge rushers cook. Also, Indiana plays at a much faster pace, which means that Miami's going to have to rotate these guys a lot more, and that should provide opportunities for Indiana.
Ole Miss gave Miami fits running that fast tempo offense. Every time they ran that fast tempo offense, they cooked Miami, cooked them.
Yeah.
And that's what I was screaming.
Indiana has much better receivers and backs than Ole Miss does, in my opinion.
I mean, they've got a much better scheme, I think, for sure. But it'll be interesting because I think they can be kind of vulnerable up front on the line, but it will just depend on if Indiana can just run their RPOs effectively and not hold on to the ball. Mendoza's got to get the ball out in like 3 seconds or less on every drop back here.
This is my pick. Who's yours?
Well, all we know is that I started this for later, but I'm going to bring it back up right now because I saw something about it earlier. I don't know what the deal is with this, but I do know all I know is the SEC reign of terror is over.
Well, yeah. Think about it. This is the third straight season we do not have an SEC champion team in the championship.
And you're looking at a possible third straight Big Ten champion.
Yeah, and we've had 4 Great Lakes teams in the title game in that time. We've had one from the Pacific Northwest, and now we've got one an ACC team who didn't win who got passed over for Duke for their conference championship game. If Miami were to win this game, wouldn't it be the weirdest thing that the ACC champion was a Duke team that went 7-5, and then Miami wins the national championship
without even going to their title game? Yeah,
yeah, I guess.
And still has never won the ACC title.
Yes,
but I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, Indiana has to be cheating. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think people are just going, "It's unreal how this is happening" or whatever. I think that's more what it's. I don't know.
It's Miami fans. You know it is.
I saw Uncle Lou do a video on it earlier too, and I think it was more of a question mark, like the same thing. Going, what the hell is this about?
Yeah, it's genuinely. I mean, maybe Kurt Cignetti's just found a cheat code to football. It doesn't make any sense. Indiana, whoever puts together the composite talent score, Indiana's like number 75 in the country.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they put that graphic out about who has the most 4 and 5 stars, and it was Oregon, Miami, Ole Miss, and then it dropped to like 8 for Indiana.
Yeah, 8. A total of 8 4 stars, and probably most of those guys are probably transfers, and probably some of them don't even play. honestly. Like Indiana does not get many 4 stars. They haven't gotten many 4 stars.
Though they're going to now.
Yeah, they definitely are. It's crazy. I don't.
The
There's
landscape
no.
of college football has changed, folks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I compared earlier what Signetti has done to what Bill Snyder did at Kansas State because Kansas State's program was even worse shape than Indiana's is now. Back in the '80s when he took over, and yeah, this has far surpassed what Snyder did at K State.
And Indiana is still the losingest team in college football history. They have
Yeah.
more losses than any other program in Division One.
10 more.
No, they have more overall
Okay.
more losses than any other Division One program.
Yeah, but that might change here in the next few years.
Yeah.
He might not be.
I mean, programs like Wake Forest and
Excuse me.
Kansas. Who would be at the bottom of that list? Programs that have been around for a while and lost a lot.
Oregon State. Sorry, Clint.
Yeah, they would. They would definitely be up there, depending on how long they've been playing football. Really, I really don't know.
UMass.
I know they were very bad for a very long time.
Oh, wait. It has the list has been updated. Indiana is no longer the losingest program.
Oh, really?
It's now Northwestern, apparently.
No.
Okay.
Northwestern, it says around. They said approximate as a late 2025, early 2026 data. So you have to look at when they start the counting the games, I guess, from history. Because also some teams started football before others, remember, too.
Right.
So I don't know if they had a cutoff date, but it says Northwestern, 718. Indiana, 715.
Okay.
Shocking to see who's after that.
Oregon State?
No, Rutgers. That's why I said shocking. Then it's Wake Forest at 698.
Rutgers was playing football during Reconstruction, so I mean
yeah. But then apparently it's Wake Forest and then it's Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could have an argument again because it's like who's played longer than the other team? Is there a cutoff date? Oh God, Glenn, not that face.
I like what do you think like this just truly bizarre matchup means for the landscape of college football? Like we've got an Indiana team that 75th in the country in terms of talent rating, one of the worst overall programs in college football history, doing battle against a team that has not won their conference despite being in it for 22 years.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is like the opposite of the blue blood. Remember, there was this period a few years ago where we were like, oh my God, it's just Alabama versus Georgia and Ohio State every single year. It's so boring. We all know there's like 3 teams that can win it. This year, I mean, like this is just the most random matchup in college football history.
Well, this started in the quarterfinals. I mean, you had Oregon. Okay, you can say Oregon. Okay, not shocking. You had Alabama there. You're like, okay, not shocking. You had Georgia there. Okay, not shocking. You had Ohio State. Not shocking. Then you have Texas Tech. Well, they lost. But then you have Indiana blowout Alabama. Ole Miss of revenge against Georgia, and Miami takes down Ohio State. And you're like, then you're stuck with Oregon, Indiana, and Ole Miss, Miami. Just that itself was like, what? And then here we go.
Miami started by knocking off Texas A&M on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Just a bizarre.
It's
overall
going to be
bizarre.
the most unsufferable off season in the goddamn world if Miami wins this shit.
It really will be.
Oh,
but like, what do you think this means? Like, yeah, the fact that I mean, right now, is there a power vacuum in college football? Is there like, I mean, do we just not have elite programs, or is there just a dynamic shift right now?
it's dynamic shifts. You still got your big programs that are gonna compete every year. Your Ohio States and your Georgias and your Alabamas and your Oregons and your Michigans and all those. You're still gonna have those guys, but because of the NIL and the portal, it's evened it up for the Indianas and the Texas Techs and the Miamis and the Texas A&Ms, and it's evened it up for those guys.
Well, that's why there was that graphic. It was before the quarter or before the semifinals where it had all four teams on like a poster and going, "Welcome to the new landscape of college football."
Yeah,
It's like
truly, 100%. No, Miami are the most sufferable fans on X. Believe that. You go
It's
on
kind of funny.
X and listen to a Miami Spaces. Those are the most delusional fucks there are in the country.
Yeah. It's amazing how much they talk, how much they get out on social media, and yet they don't show up at the games.
they'll be
Especially
there
not when.
this
Oh,
week.
they'll
They'll be
be
like
there
this
this one.
next week. Next week they'll be like, look at all the Miami fans selling out the home stadium. They'll be like, yeah, because all of a sudden they're good. So the ones that don't care are just there.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
nothing else to do on a Monday night.
you're going to see like Ricky Martin and Gloria stuff on there. You're going to. Oh shit!
Michael
You're,
Irvin
you're, you're,
passing out,
yeah, obviously you're going to see Michael Irvin on the sidelines. You're going to
passing
see
out
Uncle.
lines to everybody.
Does anyone know if Luther Campbell is still alive? Because we need a shot of him on the sidelines. Come on, we need Uncle Luke.
Ugh.
Two live crews should be the halftime performers of this game.
I don't know, but no, it is true. I mean, because you go back to like the outside the Notre Dame game, because you bring in a program like Notre Dame, people are going to sell tickets. Plus, their fans are going to travel, and their fans are everywhere. But you look at most of the rest of the season, anyone anywhere in that stadium.
Yeah, either one of these teams. I mean, if this game was not in Miami, you might be able to get pretty cheap national championship game tickets. You might be able to get in for like $100 to this game. If this game was in like New Orleans or Phoenix, it's these are not. Neither one of them are fan bases known to travel really well. But Indiana's got a large fan base. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see how they do this.
Oh, they travel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. So the rhythm's going to get you, Indiana. The rhythm's going to get you.
Indiana's going to break that U over their fucking knee.
I want to see what happens when Michael Irvin gets his belt to ass.
Have either one of you guys ever been to Miami before? Just
No.
curious.
I didn't make it that far. I've been only as far as Orlando, and Miami's still
I've been
quite
to
a ways down
Orlando.
south.
I've been to Orlando. That's as far as I've been.
Yeah.
I drove all the way to Orlando from Texas, so I didn't feel like driving the extra like 5 hours or something like that south to Miami after that. I was like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, Yeah, I was only in Miami for one night. There was an emergency. I was flying to Key West.
Oh, I
And there was
apologize. I did have a layover in Miami for like 8 hours.
okay for 8 hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that was about it.
being in an airport doesn't count. Like you actually have to like go.
I went outside and had a cigarette.
Yeah, that was yeah that the traffic in Miami is the craziest traffic I've ever experienced in my life. It is bumper to bumper, 100 mile an hour, 90 to 100 mile an hour traffic the whole way, and if you're not used to the sound of a car of car honks from 20 different directions, and your eardrums might blow out. Yeah, it
No,
is. It
it
is
sounds
an
like you need to travel. You need to travel to some second and third world countries.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those videos in India. The traffic there, I'm like, are there any rules here? When I saw a video of traffic and
No, well, I don't know about India specifically. I've seen those videos, but like Angola is the same thing. To go like literally like 7, 8 miles would take like 2.5, 3 hours in the city area. I can when I've been to the Philippines driving, it's like you get at an intersection, there's no real rules. It's just kind of like honk and keep going.
but in Miami, it like you get there, it's just like I mean it's like traffic moves, but it's just so insane and intense. Like how is there not an accident every quarter mile? Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, people just don't give a. I mean, Miami's a DGAF city for sure. Yeah, Atlanta and LA, they've got completely different types of traffic, though. It is. LA's terrible. Atlanta is awful as well. Rickshaw and robot. Oh my god.
Death by
Let's just,
rickshaw.
let's just lean into all the stereotypes here.
That'd be a great epitaph, though. He
Yeah.
lived. He lived. He died by a rickshaw.
Yep.
Death by Rickroll. Yeah.
At least it'd be better as like caught in a stampede and trampled to death. At least I'd be like, okay, sounds like he was doing something cool. Rickshaw just makes it sound like you were an idiot.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen that Mary Tyler Moore episode? Uh, with Chuckles the clown dressing as a
Oh,
peanut. Getting...
I'm sure I have, but I haven't watched the Mary Tyler Moore show. Fuck me, I
But
don't know how long it's been since I've seen an episode of that.
Well, yeah. One of the beloved figures dressed as a clown for or just as a clown. He was a clown. He dressed as a peanut for a parade and got trampled by an elephant. In the
yeah.
parade. Mhm.
Sounds like he was asking for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm burned out.
You're
Need a
not used
break.
to talking. You're not used to talking this much on this show.
No, we went 4 hours the other night, and I'm just like still recuperating from that.
Ooh, ran over by Rick Ross. Jesus.
Yeah, Rick Ross will be in Miami, I'm sure.
Lord, how old is Rick Ross these days? Holy
Is
hell.
Rick
He's
Ross?
in his 60s.
Oh,
Is Rick Ross? Is he like free? I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
oh, maybe I'm thinking of different Rick Ross. That's probably why.
wait, different Rick Ross. Are you thinking of Bob Ross?
No, Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm getting my Rosses mixed up. That's why. I'm getting my Rosses mixed up.
You are a Rasta.
Well, I mean, there is a Jonathan Ross. He emerged in public consciousness this week.
So
Well,
then,
kill me now.
okay, Spaz. Then let's do this. Let's with the chat's help too. Yeah, I know the rapper. Yeah. See, okay, that's yeah. Okay, I was like, I got the Rosses mixed up. That's why I was like, wait a second. The so then with the chat too, then with the national title on the line Monday, January 19th. Thinking about that before I forget to, next Sunday we will be off because obviously we will just have the title game on Monday night. Then we'll come back the following week, so 2 weeks from tonight, with like a recap of that, but also kind of just a generic general season recap. Then we'll consider if we're gonna keep going every other week or something like that, and we'll just see the news. Maybe we'll wait for the final transfer portal stuff or whatever, but then we'll probably take a hiatus for this show anyways. People got shit to do around here, you know?
Yeah.
And I might start working nights, so
What
so we'll see.
do this on the job? That would be a lot of fun. We can watch. We can. I mean, you can pat down an immigrant. You can racially profile somebody and podcast at the same time. Okay.
You're getting way ahead of yourself on that job, but we'll take off next week, but we'll be back after the national title though. Do a recap and kind of a season recap for each person's teams, the goods, the bads, and we'll more know about the transfer portal then, obviously too. So kind of put it all in one show, and we'll figure that out. But with the chat's help here and the panel, what's everyone's take and even score prediction if you would like to give it for Miami versus Indiana in Miami? Wake up, Spaz. Score prediction.
37-24. Indiana.
I'm gonna go 31-14 Indiana.
Ooh, I thought I was going high. Shit.
I'm definitely picking Indiana. If I'm going to do a score prediction, I'll be a little more modest. Let's put it this way. I'll put it as something like 28-17.
I would. If I was going to bet anything in this game, I think I'd probably lean the under because what I heard was like 40. You know, I did just pick a game that was like 40. My score was 45, so it wouldn't be that crazy. But I kind of like this to be a pretty low scoring game.
How about the legend of Iowa State? Undrafted and still winning.
Oh, and he's not undrafted. He was the last pick in the draft.
You might as well have been undrafted at that point.
No. That's
He's Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
That's a special title.
That's way cooler. There are there are dozens of undrafted players every year who have like quality NFL careers. There's only one player who is the last pick in any draft.
Yeah.
And most of those guys don't even never even make it.
Never even
get
sniff
the initial
a practice roster usually. Yeah.
Yeah, they get that cut final. So to be Mr. Irrelevant though and succeed and be successful, even just get on a roster and stay there for 4 or 5 years is impressive.
He's the legend of Iowa State.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, and Penn State fans, think about this. Like, Iowa State made him the last pick in the draft, and he's like a quality NFL quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And shout out to you, Sean. One of the biggest comebacks in NFL playoff history yesterday by your Bears. What a
Wait.
shock.
Why would I care about that?
I thought you were a Bears guy.
No. Since Bengals. Who day?
Oh.
Who do you think they're going to beat them Bengals?
And he's like, "How dare you disrespect me?"
I thought you were a Chicago guy.
No, I am not a.
Oh, that's Troy. That's right. That's you over here, Troy. My bad.
I did enjoy seeing that because my brother lives in Wisconsin, and I get to razz a lot of his Packer fan buddies after that. But no. I do like seeing Caleb kind of shut a lot of people up this year. So,
yeah.
Well,
good. The NFL playoff field feels a lot like the college playoff field this year. It's just like teams
wide
couldn't
open.
come out. It's just wide, so wide open. I had the second pick in my playoff pool this year, and someone took the Rams ahead of me, and I had absolutely no idea who to pick. I ended up going with Buffalo, and
Buffalo got their first road win since 1992 in the playoffs today.
Oh yeah, is that right?
First time they won a road playoff game since 1992.
Well, they're probably going to have to get a couple more in order for me to collect that large payout for this. But I like legitimately, like I had the second pick. I'm like, I would have rather had like the ninth pick in this. It wouldn't have made that much of a difference.
Yeah.
well, and at that point, you're just kind of guessing, anyways. You're like, screw it at this point.
Yeah, it does sort of relieve a little bit of pressure from you because it's like there's no difference between any of these teams. Like, however much analysis I put into this, it's probably not going to be much more accurate than if I picked one random.
Well, that's why I think Spaz and I have had the same analysis on college football, at least, and it's getting correct the last couple of years. Where it's like, it doesn't matter how deep you talk about these teams. Look at this year. Once again, we said if you picked Miami, Indiana in the national title, good for you, because everyone else would have been wrong. You know, like everyone else would have been wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if someone can show me payout tickets where they bet on Indiana to win the national title, hedged with Miami. I mean, I'll pay you the value of that ticket right now.
I was going to say, betting for Indiana to win the national title is one thing, but betting it to win it against Miami, in Miami, before the season would have been like, wow, no, you're a cheater, fucking cheater, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, everyone in the chat was pretty unanimous in this chat and with us on the panel. Indiana will win, whether it's by 3 or by 20. I think we're all in unanimous agreement here that Indiana is going to take home their first national title and leave Miami suffering and crying a 40-minute bus ride back to the campus.
Are they playing in their home state?
Yes.
They play at Hard Rock for their home games, right?
Yeah, same as the Orange Bowl.
It's just, I mean, like, it's amazing, like, how historic that football program is that they haven't built one closer to campus or on campus yet. Like, what are you doing?
No. I know they've said they're like, the zoning laws and stuff. And I understand, it's a congested area, but it's like, pretty sure you have space to build a stadium. You can knock over like some old building and relocate it to build a stadium. Pretty sure you can do that, and you've got the money to do it.
Yeah, just kill all the people in the retirement communities around there anyway. Like, you can plausibly make it seem like it was natural causes, right?
I mean, at least I'm sure there's land somewhere even at least half the distance closer, you could make your own stadium or something. You know, I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, like the problem is, like I said, they just don't have real fan support unless they're good.
That's kind of part of. That's also probably part of it. They wage that. They look at their annual sales and go, nope, nope.
Not happening. People have too many things to do. And
On a Saturday in Miami. No, I was saying that in a good way. Like, yeah, there probably are other things people could go do on a Saturday in Miami than drive 40, 45 minutes to an hour to sit at a half-empty stadium, over a half-empty stadium.
Well, on a Saturday, it's going to be empty because the game's on a Monday.
No, I'm in the season's fast.
Oh, yeah.
No. Generally, you should just get 80,000 people to show up at a stadium for no reason, right?
Well, Miami doesn't have to build like a 100,000 person stadium. They could literally just build like a 65,000 person stadium. They don't have to go like bonkers with it. They could tell them build a 50,000 person stadium, but they'll probably go like the 60, 70 range. But I mean, like
they could build, yeah, they could build like a 50, 55,000 with lots of luxury suites and stuff, which would make perfect sense at Miami. Because that's a lot of the clientele you're going to get are like people that purchase luxury boxes. You know, it wouldn't make sense at Penn State to do that, but
yeah, I see it.
I want it to be like a meat, you know, you just want to cram people in.
Yeah. Well, it was a magical run, Miami, but I think the thing called the Hoosier is about to end it in your own stadium.
So,
Hoosier.
Last question before we get out of here. Like, do you think this is a sustainable run by Miami, or do you really think this is a flash in the pan season from them?
Well, they didn't even compete. They didn't even compete for the ACC. So I think this is just kind of the luck of the draw of other teams. Like they barely beat Notre. They could beat Notre Dame. No, I don't want to say barely, but they beat Notre Dame. Okay, that was a resume builder. But again, they didn't even compete for the ACC. Other teams just lost ahead of them that made them fall into that position. And then they went on a stretch. They did go on a stretch. I'm not going to take that away from them. You know, they did go to A&M, beat them. Then they beat Ole Miss. You know,
Ohio State, Ole Miss.
Yeah, and Ohio State. So it's like, I mean,
I think it's sustainable for Miami. They got Mario knows how to build programs. He's done a good job in Miami, and he knows how to recruit. Can he pull that in the portal? We'll find out. But as long as he keeps recruiting like Mario recruits, the U's back, unfortunately to say.
I think the U has to win a title to actually be back, or make it again next year or something like. This is my thing with Cristobal. It's not a Cristobal hate thing. This is just a legitimate statement from an Oregon fan. Cristobal's only issue is inconsistency. And Miami's seen that already, where they keep losing to teams they should technically not lose to every single year. So that's the biggest thing. So that all it takes is 2 losses and you could be out, especially when you don't even compete for your own conference. Again, they just slid in properly because how the ACC was this year. That's even the only reason they're here.
Yeah.
Had Virginia won, Virginia would have been in the playoffs, not Miami.
Miami would not be. That is crazy. That is crazy to think. Go back. Virginia wins that one game. Miami's out. Miami's out. And then, we would have probably had Ohio State in the championship game,
or Ole Miss even. Yeah. So it's like that's crazy to think about. I mean, it could have been Texas A&M too, because I think they would have taken out Virginia. You know, potential. We don't know. This side of the bracket could be different. We have no idea.
Yeah. We don't know. We can't ever know for sure. We would have been spared this whole Notre Dame if Virginia would have won. Though I think I don't know. Maybe not.
Has Always Irish been okay since the playoff were announced? I haven't watched him since before that. Has he been okay over there?
I've noticed Will hasn't been around.
Oh no, he rage quit CFB after being left out of the playoff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Once
You
again,
jumped off the statue.
yeah. Sean, always appreciate you being here as always. I think I still have it copy and pasted. Perfect. There's Sean's X handle specifically, but they also can find you on Blue Sky, Sean, if I'm not mistaken.
They absolutely can. They can find me raging out with all the wood on the bluest of skies.
Are you a raging liberal? You poor bastard.
Not a raging one. I just have issues.
As long as you're not stalking federal officers in your car and honking or blowing whistles at them, then you're not a raging one.
No,
those are the raging ones.
I have never been to a protest in my entire life, and
you're definitely not a raging one then.
No,
at least not openly. At least not openly.
I hope to keep it that way. Those do not seem like my vibe at all. So.
That's a good way to do it. Spaz, you can be found in the description section of this video, whether here or by donation link if people want to help support you over there, as well as, of course, here on the Quacking Off channel.
I haven't gotten one fucking penny this year. At least on the other network, I got paid a few bucks here and there. What the fuck's really going on over here? I can't even get a fucking dollar, man.
We're poor people. Come on. We're poor. This office didn't pay for itself. But that's right. Thank you, everyone, again here for being here. Hit that like button real quick. Consider subscribing as we basically are at 100 subs in the first season. It's not bad, not bad. Better than we were expecting. So thanks.
Hey, we're at 96.
Now we're at 97, Glenn says. So awesome.
97?
Awesome. I mean, hey, that's better than I thought we were going to do the first season. So not bad.
Hey, if we can get to 100 by next Monday.
Yeah, even better. So
yeah.
we'll take off. This show will take off next Sunday, and we'll come back after the championship to review it and the portals and all the season review. Spaz, you and I will be back here Tuesday to do a what if kind of season review.
If I haven't rage quit by then.
Again. My ass has got to get up and go do an appointment early in the morning, so.
I have to go to work in the morning, yes.
Probation appointment or what?
His monthly check-in.
Is that why I noticed you have not been you've not been drinking tonight, Ben?
Well, Spaz hasn't been.
No, I haven't.
I have been.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Hello.
Ben drinks from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed. What are you talking about?
Goddamn right. I have a margarita at like 7 in the morning. It's delicious. Nutritious.
I mean, you got to have a Bloody Mary in the morning, right?
I know. I should be doing Bloody Mary since I drink vodka. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Well, you sold me on buying Bloody Mary mix again tomorrow. Thanks, Sean.
It was as you guys can all see, it was a difficult pinch, but I managed to follow through. Difficult sell.
All right, Sean, do you want to play us out with the most magical and legendary figure of college football? I mean, this is the only thing that makes college football continue these days. And we'll see you all in a couple of weeks, everyone.
And Notre Dame fans, of what you guys missed out on this season. And Pop-Tart, play us out.
Will, this is for you.
That's the good team spanking you that you played this season.
And Notre Dame fans, if this gives you memories of your priest growing up, that's purely incidental.
I can't even top that comment. I can't
That's
even top that one.
Mario. That's Mario beating Will,
Yeah.
and Will's just taking it. Take this, bitch.
Oh wow, the video ran out. We were going for so long, the banner ran out. No, we're still alive. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, everyone. Your team sucks, and so does ours. Well,
Yep.
we're used to it now. Got a rage quit being an Oregon fan.
Every week your team sucks.